It's raining gems. Hallelujah. It is raining gems. Amen.
I don't want to get copyright striked or DMCA'd.
Hello, my lovelies. My name is Lekka, and today we're going to be going over 2 awesome decks for gem farming during this XYZ Festival event here in Yugioh Master Duel. So if you are excited for that, make sure you like this video already, subscribe because it's free. If you have not, then you can also unsubscribe for free, and in times helps the channel significantly. We're almost to 500 subscribers, which is amazeballs. But without further ado, let's go on and start looking at the trap deck specifically. Now, this is going to help you farm gems because in this tournament, there are 2 specific things. So for you Eldritch users, I have a spell deck that we're going to go over in a little bit. But for everybody else, a lot of cards that we don't use very often are trap cards. So this is a deck entirely of trap cards that you can play as soon as they come into your hand. And of course, the deck list, as always, will be in the description down below for you guys to be able to get as well. It is very budget, extremely cheap. Everything is either a rare or a normal, so it's very easily craftable for you to be able to go in, max out all of the fucking trap card things that you need to do during the XYZ Festival exhibition so that you can get all of those fancy gems and be done. And same with the spell deck with this as well. First, we have Jar of Greed, which just lets you draw a card. The next one is Mind Haxers, which you pay 500 life points and look at your opponent's hand and all the set cards that are on their field. Destruction of Destiny, which sends 3 trap cards from the top of your deck to the graveyard and takes 1,000 damage for each spell or trap sent to the graveyard in this way, so it'll get your life points down sooner. This is Common Charity. You draw 2 cards and banish 1 normal monster from your hand, or if you don't have any in your hand, you send your entire hand to the graveyard. Your opponent draws 2 cards with the Gift of Greed. Side effects, your opponent draws 1 to 3 cards, and then you gain 2,000 life points for each card they drew with this effect. Dealer's Choice, each player shuffles their deck, then each player draws 1 card, and then the player discards a card. With Danger Zone, you draw 3 cards, then discard 2 cards, including at least 1 danger card, and if you don't have any danger cards, you show your entire hand, shuffle your entire hand into the deck. Embodiment of Apophis, during the main phase, you special summon this card as a monster. Destructive Draw, if either player has no cards in their hand at the start of the draw phase, then you can draw 1 more card in addition to the normal draw, but the card's controller loses 700 life points during the end phase. This also helps get your life points down a little bit and helps you draw more cards so that you can get as lot more traps on the field as possible. Lucky Punch, which we use basically just so that when it leaves the field you lose 6,000 life points, you can end the duel pretty quickly, get to the next duel so that you can play more trap cards to finish that out, and then start the spell deck so you can then finish that out and then go back to playing normally, basically. This is Mind Drain. Activate this card by paying 1,000 life points, and neither player can activate effects of monsters in the hand. Prime Monarch, which is nice because you can play it as a trap card, flip it over and activate it even if you don't have Monarch cards in the graveyard, you can still activate it as a trap. And if you do have it in the graveyard, if you have all 3 of them, then you can summon it onto the field as a monster if you wanted to. And then Shiranui Style Samsara. This card's name becomes Shiranui Style Synthesis while it's in the spell trap card zone. And it lets you banish zombie monsters and do shit, but it's just a continuous trap card that stays on the field once you activate its effect and counts as another trap card activation towards the means to the end that we're trying to do. Alright, let me go ahead and show you guys how this works in the actual thing. So every single time you play, you will get at least 5 traps that you're able to get out onto the field, and obviously, if we get the choice in the coin toss, you want to go first, which we're not going to get a choice for, so it just kind of is what it is. But if we can put down as many as possible, it's really nice, especially if we're going to go second, we'll get a 6th trap card, which would be good. Okay, so they played 1 monster face down, and that's it. So what we're going to do is we're going to set all of our trap cards here, as much as we can anyway. We're going to go ahead and set that. We're going to go ahead and set Dealer's Choice. We're going to go ahead and we're going to set Mind Haxers, and we'll save on to Jar of Greed here later on. We're going to end phase, have it be their turn, and as soon as they do anything on their turn, we're going to activate all 5 of these, and go forward from there. Hopefully we'll be able to get down this one as well so we can get the 6th card in for getting closer, because you have to get 50 trap cards total to collect all of the gem rewards for playing trap cards in the exhibition. Chain another card effect? Absolutely. We're going to chain all of the card effects. Same with how you need to do 50 spell cards in order to get all of the gem bonuses during the XYZ Festival for that deck as well. And it's pretty simple. I made it so that every single one of these cards you would be able to play no matter what happened. So you would always have at least 5. So worst case scenario, you do 10 duels with this deck and you max it out. Best case scenario, boom, there it is. 6! Best case scenario, you are able to get even more in and then do it sooner, which is great. What card is this? ZW. Oh, they're playing a Zexal deck. Cute. I like it. Now look at that beautiful, beautiful wiped board from all of those wonderful chain effect things that we had and all the cards that we ended up drawing. Are you gonna do 1900 damage to me? Please, please do. I'm gonna just be throwing these down and playing them on you next turn anyway, so. I love that they did 8,000 damage to me after like comboing up, but because of my trap cards, they couldn't OTK me. Well, you know what? That's great for me because that means that we get to get even more trap cards in, which means we get to have, hopefully, 4 more trap cards go off, which is great. Oh, I wish I could have had 5 because that would have been 10 in one duel that we would have had. And then if you can get 10 in one duel, if you get 5 of those, then you're already done and you can finish that. Grab all those beautiful, beautiful extra spicy gems that they're just throwing at us during this XYZ Festival and move on. Let me meme! I'm paying 1,000. Thank you very much. That way we can't activate things in our hands, even though you've already activated things in your hands. Number protection, I really, honestly don't care what that does. Nice, we still got to activate our shit anyway, which is great. Shabam! Mind Haxers. They special summon a monster, which means we get to activate our last 2 cards. Alright, here we fucking go. Woohoo! Actually, with the way the chain is, I should have done Destruction of Destiny last because it killed us, but it's fine. We still got a lot of trap cards in, and that's just the way that the deck works. Oh, and we got an achievement, Chain Blazer. Let's go! Sweet. Yeah, this deck will definitely let you easily get 6+ chains on somebody, so... And for all you Eldritch users out there who are like, oh, but Lekka, I already have 10 bajillion trap cards that I've played, and I've even completed the lifetime missions of trap cards because I played nothing but Eldritch. I have a deck for you as well, because you probably have been neglecting spell cards, and I have a deck entirely of spells that let you play them as soon as they're in your hand, just like the trap cards, so you can get at least 5 spells guaranteed every single turn. So, we have Abyssal Designator, where you pay 1,000 life points to declare a type and attribute, and your opponent must send 1 monster with that type to the hand or to the deck to the graveyard. But if you just pick a type that they don't have, then it's a useless card. You just pay 1,000 life points to get closer to death so you can get to the next game easier, which is good. Magical Mallet lets you shuffle any number of cards. Add 2 cards from your hand to your opponent's hand, and then you draw 2 cards. Old Mine just lets you look at a card and lose 1,000 life points. Performa Pal lets you send up 3 cards from your hand to the graveyard, and then you draw that many cards, which is great. You can special summon if there's any monsters, but there won't be. Extra Net is good for a field spell for you to just play on the field. Toon World is good for paying 1,000 life points to just get on the field. 7 is great for being able to just put onto your side of the field and just have be something you had in. Card Trader, once per turn during the standby phase, you shuffle 1 card from your hand to your deck and you draw a card. Shard of Greed, again, super slow card withdrawal, but it's a continuous one that's on the field that lets you activate a spell card. Toy Vendor, once per turn, you can discard 1 card and then draw 1 card and show it, which is great. Pay 500 life points to target 1 face-up spell trap card on the field and destroy it. You can do this to your own continuous spell trap cards just to be able to play it, which is good. Hand Destruction, each player sends 2 cards from their hand to the graveyard, then draws 2 cards, which is also great. Pay half your life points at once, and if you fusion summon a monster, it doesn't matter. The whole point is that if you play it, you lose half of your life points, not 1,000 life points. So if it's the start of the game, you'll lose 4,000, whatever. And then it's just a spell card that was used and activated. And just like with the trap deck, all of those cards are very easily able to be used very quickly. And if we had won the toy cost, obviously we would have wanted to go first, but going second isn't too bad. The only thing— oh, we are going first! Yay! I was gonna say the only downside about going second with the spell deck is that there's a lot of negates that happen because your opponent might think you're trying to play a normal game of Yu-Gi-Oh! When really we're just trying to farm those exhibition gems, specifically for the spell and trap things that they want to do. Okay, we actually get to play now. Perfect. So we're going to go ahead and activate Card Trader. Boom shakalaka. We're gonna go ahead and we're going to chain on Hand Destruction and another Hand Destruction. Oh shit, they're playing Numeron! Oh, I love that. I absolutely love that. All right, we're gonna send both of these to the graveyard again because it doesn't matter. I was just playing it to play it. Get through as much of my deck as I can. Imperfect impermanence, or just like impermanence, whatever the fuck it is. Card Trader, you can shuffle 1 card from your hand into the deck, which is great. All right, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna activate that. Shabibbity blammity boop. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna activate Old Mind. Do the same thing. Oh, so it's a Numeron onomatopoeia deck. Very, very interesting. But either way, we have now successfully played 5 spell cards on our turn. And because we don't have any monsters for them to attack, I know they won't be able to OTK us because of the way Numeron works. Even if they do have it with onomatopoeia. So we should be able to get and sneak in 1 more, potentially 2 more, depending on the card we draw, spell card before the game ends quickly, and then we can move on to the next one so that you can then get many, many, many more of your spells in and get those expedition gems. Oh, never mind. They got out number 100, so we're probably gonna die. I would love to draw another card for my deck. Yeah, we're absolutely fucked here. Oh, 100%. It's gonna go up to 8,000 or 9,000. It's gonna go up to 9,000 attack. Well. Yep, okay, I lied. We definitely got OTK'd. But you know what? I still got 5 spell cards in, and at the minimum, that is still amazing, and I'm very happy with that. I can't even be mad. That's a sexy, sexy card. Number 100 is a great Xyz monster. Perfect! Alright, and that's basically how the spell and trap cards work. You just keep doing them until you get all of your things done. Hey, and we got 20 more gems. 7,500! Woohoo! Because as you guys can see, when you go into the missions, there will be the exhibition ones down here below. I've already done every single one of them. My trap deck was how I finished the trap ones. My spell deck was how I finished the spell ones. And so now I just need to play normally and ranked, and I'll be fine. So this is also good depending on the life points that you're able to get to help you get a little more life point gain. But for these lifetime missions, a lot of them are going to be ones that you need specific decks for that I'm going to be making videos for in the future so that I can help you guys grind out as many gems from this game as possible. But for now, I'm gonna go ahead and let you beautiful people go. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, remember to like it, leave a comment down below on any other wonderful things that you guys want to see here from the channel, from our Yu-Gi-Oh decks that we are doing and making. I am making a lot of different kinds of decks right now, and I'm going through quite a bit. I have a ton in mind for all the things that I want to do, and I'm very excited about the content that's going to be coming out. If you made it this far in the video, then please type papaya in the comment section, because I would love to know how many of you guys made it here to the end. Have fun with the gem farming. It's very fast, very easy, and then you can go back to the normal fun of the festival while still farming it out in the most efficient way possible. But for now, without taking up any more of y'all's time, I'll go ahead and let you beautiful people go. Goodbye, my lovelies.